School is back in session, so that means the flu will be flying soon. And we also have some smoke to recover from. So let's get down to making that base tea, which is cinnamon, salt, just a little bit, some elderberry, some turmeric root, honey, and pepper. And definitely don't forget the pepper, like I forgot it in this recipe that I'm doing on this video. But I'm just gonna have to mention that to you because it goes in at the end with the honey, and for some reason it can be easy to forget because it just doesn't seem to like really match the recipe, but it's necessary because of its symbiotic relationship with the turmeric. I have this tendency to call what I'm making here a tea, but it actually is a decoction, and what the difference is between the two is that a tea is just where you pour boiling water over some herbs. Well, a decoction like this is built around bark and root and berries that take longer to extract their properties. So what I do with them is I just soak them in water for a while and then let them come up to the boil with the water and then boil for another good 10 minutes or so. So decoction, my tea, generally takes about, from beginning to the time I get to drink it, at least about an hour to prepare it, or longer. So it's just a process that I enjoy. And yeah, I don't really like measure or anything. I just kind of eyeball everything and just go with it. And this little pot that I have here, the teapot, I love that thing. I got so lucky. I just wanted to find it at the thrift store. So I walked on down there and they had like literally this pot, exactly what I was looking for, size, you name it, all of it. And it's even made in India, so it's like super rad. So I showed the thermometer because that is a really cool instrument. I never knew those existed, so I had to have it. But because I wanted to show you the temperature, just make sure that when you're adding your honey, that the liquid has decreased in temperature down to under 140 at least. Otherwise you kill all the goodies inside the honey that you want. So as an herbalist, right now is really not the time to be foraging or harvesting. It's the end of summer and all of the berries are starting to develop, the fruits are developing, flower heads are starting to create seeds and giving their very last blooms that the bees need. So don't touch the flowers if you can help yourself. Bugs are definitely abundant right now and they take shelter in the plants. So for right now, it's just kind of best to leave things be and to get things popping off for your remedies that you're going to need for yourself for the fall. In a couple weeks, we're going to have the new moon starting off Rosh Hashanah, which is right around, the typical harvest time. So it's the perfect time then to begin some new ferments, get some canning done, infuse some oils, start some tinctures, stuff like that, rather than being out and foraging. Because you're going to want to think, what do you normally suffer from? Be it headaches, cramps, flu, cuts, bruises, digestive issues, joint pain, muscle pain. You'll want to explore what plants and herbs and foods would be appropriate for your own healing and just start prepping those for, the coming next few months. So these are the ferments that I did 8 days prior to recording these, and they are just bubbling away so nicely. So that's pretty much the rest of the visuals in this video, is just showing you the ferments and how they're going. In the meantime, I just kind of want to do a little bit of a story time, if you will. So first off, if you all would let me know what you think, because I think that most people When they think of herbalism, they think of it as like using essential oils and having tea, and then boom, you're good. But it's so much more. Like, the truth really is that not many herbalists are going to mention this, I notice, is that it's not going to work if you don't change what you're eating. And if you don't change what you're putting on your skin, which is the largest organ of your body, right? I mean, if you don't do those things, then herbalism just simply is not going to work to its fullest potential for you. So, my Ayurvedic teacher, he gave me the base tea recipe that I did at the beginning of this video. And after a couple of weeks of using it daily, I thanked him for the recipe, and he was surprised I actually tried it. He said, you know, in India, the doctor won't even see you if you eat a shit diet. And I was like, ooh. So, and I knew he didn't really mean it at me. He was just kind of like stating a fact. But I really took a hard look at my diet and realized I needed to make some changes. I didn't even finish eating the stockpiles of crap that I had. I just threw it all out. And I know me well enough, because if I didn't make the change entirely, I have never achieved a clean diet like I have now. My first shopping trip to the store, two things were so very wrong. I bought a loaf of bread and didn't realize till I got it home it had an expiration date 3 weeks away. And I kept that bread for an additional 3 weeks beyond the expiration date, and it did not even try to mold. Didn't even try. And that's not natural, my friends. The zucchini, it tasted so badly of chemicals. So bad. I literally had to throw it out. So I quit all nightshades. The potatoes don't rot. They don't grow like they should either. And I'm really not a fan of nightshades anyway, so no big loss really. But a long story short, I cleaned up my diet on May 11th actually, and that's when the teaching truly began. And then I decided that original packaging of food annoys me, so I decanted everything into glass jars, and I had an idea to make my own vanilla extract, so I began making extracts, also known as tinctures in the herbal world, out of lemons, cinnamon, cloves, and then I remembered herbalism. So I tinctured up some herbs too. And then I started craving kraut. And I had an idea to make my own. So I began krauting, fermenting everything. So really, I just wanted to show my ferments, give you an update on that, and check in, say hi, and we'll talk soon.